Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you all guys are doing well. Coming to me, I'm very fine. This is Sarvani and you're watching Sarvani Ideas Quest. So today, our topic is the most important and interesting topic for all the students who come across with a common question in the interview called Tell Me About Yourself. So it's a self-introduction video. Either it's a 1 minute intro or it's a 2 minute intro. It's not about the matter of time. It's about the way that how do you settle down your interviewer very cool with your fine words. Now, based on these lines, I'll be giving some particular phrases. Along with some phrases, I'll be giving some customized information too. So, based on these lines, if you watch this video till end, I'm damn sure you can make your personal intro yourself in a very effective manner without any pauses or without any complex sentences in your words. Fine? So, before I enter into your video, let me make a clear note. It's about clearly student purpose self-introduction video. It's not about the people who are already experienced and moving on to other companies. It's about the people who are freshers and with below 1 year experience. Fine? Now let's start. Now, for your introduction, I'll be giving in a step-by-step procedure. For that, your step 1 would be greetings. Initially, you have to start your intro with a good formal greeting to your interviewer. Right? So, for the greetings, your timings would be from morning to 12 noon, you have to greet them good morning. From 12 noon to 4 p.m. you have to greet them good afternoon. 4 p.m. to overnight, okay, to all the way on midnight, you have to greet them good evening. So most of the cases, that means most of the meetings would be in these two timings only, right? It's not about the matter of time, whatever it may be. It's about the time that you have to make concentrated on yourself. That means you always have to make feeling fresh yourself. By that, you may not lack your confidence or your patience levels and can also give a good outstanding performance, right? Now, rules about your greetings are, you always have to smile, be confident and make a good eye contact. Don'ts. You don't have to say like, don't sound like someone says, hey, hi, what's up? That doesn't sound nice. And don't fumble between the timings like good morning, good afternoon. Don't be confused. So be in your grip and be confident about your work. Now let's move to step 2. Now coming to the step 2, your name. Dealing with the step, people they use some phrases to represent their names like, hi, I'm Priya. Myself, Priya. My name is Priya. My name's Priya. Or they use Mr. or Mrs. before their name like, hi, I'm Mrs. Priya. These all are the don't sounds according to your step number 2. Okay? Don't include these phrases. That doesn't sound nice. You can simply use 2 phrases like, good morning, I'm Priya. Or, good morning, this is Priya. This sounds simple, right? They may sound simple, but your tip over here is you always have to sound proud. At the same time, you have to make unique your name from others. Okay? So for this, your rule would be you always have to mention your full name. Mentioning your full name will sound proud. At the same time, it makes bit unique from all others. Okay? So for example, I take my name. I simply sound, good morning, I'm Sarvani. Or, good morning, this is Sarvani. This sounds, Sarvani is bit unique, right? This sounds simple, but to sound it proud at the same time, to sound it unique from others, I mention my full name. So for that, good morning, I'm Sarvani Reddy. Or, good morning, this is Sarvani Reddy. This sounds proud and unique, right? So, as Sarvani is unique, so some change in my name that sounds in Shravani. Personally, with this name in my contacts, I really have 15 to 20 contacts. So, how do I remember to the particular contact to whom I message? Right? So, to recognize that particularly, they have some different name from their common name. Before or after their common name, they'll be having some different name to be their unique name, right? So, for the name Shravani, I have my friend called Chaitanya Shravani. Okay? So, Chaitanya Shravani, that sounds unique about her name. Shravani is simple and it's common. But Chaitanya Shravani is a full name that sounds common. Sorry, that sounds a bit unique from all others, right? So, for that, she can simply say like, good morning, I'm Chaitanya Shravani. Or, good morning, this is Chaitanya Shravani. This sounds unique and proud, right? So, this is how you have to tackle with your name. Okay? So, deal with very cool and don't sound very pompous. Fine? Now let's move to step 3. Now coming to the step number 3, where are you from? Dealing with this point, we have 2 cases. Your case 1 is, you have born and grew up in the same region. Your case 2, you have born in one region but you grew up in some other region. So for the case 1, you can use the phrase like, I have born and raised in so and so region. So for the case 2, I have born in some region but I have raised in some other region. Or you can also say, I have born and grew up in one region but I have been living in so and so region since particular time. Okay, so you can simply use, I have born and raised in Visakhapatnam for case 1. For case 2, I have born in Visakhapatnam but I have raised in Hyderabad. Or you can also say, I have born and grew up in Visakhapatnam but I have been living in Hyderabad since particular time. So it's 2 years, 3 years, whatever the time may be. Fine. So this is how you have to deal with your point number 3. Where are you from? Now let's move to step number 4. Step number 4, qualification. Details about your qualification. The most important tip to be considered over here is, you always have to start with your recent position and end with that recent position only. Don't need to include all your back qualifications again, as they are already included in your resume. Don't sound common from all. Make something out of your resume. That sounds somewhat new, right? Now, if you want to still include all those, it's a bit time killing and time lengthy process also. Don't need to include all this. Now, to mention your qualification details, you can use some phrases like, I have a graduation from so-and-so branch in so-and-so college. I'm a post-grad from so-and-so branch in so-and-so college. Particularly for BTech batch, they can use, I have a Bachelor of Technology in degree from so-and-so branch in so-and-so college. And if you are still pursuing, you can use, I'm about to grad from so-and-so branch in so-and-so college. Or, I'm about to post-grad from so-and-so branch in so-and-so college. So you have to use in for so-and-so college, from for so-and-so branch or stream. Fine. Now you come across with a question, should I mention my CGPA or percentage here? And answer for that is no. Absolutely, you don't need to include all those CGPA percentages. So, instead of mentioning them, how about including your academic achievements? Like, how about saying, I have been consistently top from so-and-so time period, or I have been consistently top from 1 to 5% members from all my classmates. So, this is how you may sound unique from all your qualification details. Fine? Now, and again, tip to be considered is, you don't need to include all your extra courses or extra certifications. Okay? Make something out of your resume. Now, we can move with step number 5. Coming to the step number 5, family background. Here, you don't need to include all your family details. You can simply close this line by mentioning 2 simple phrases like, we are family of 5 and I am one of 2 siblings. Or, I am from family of 4 and I am one among 2 siblings. Okay, so that simply says you and your parents are of count 3 and rest of them are your siblings. They don't need all the details about your siblings, their names, their gender, their age, their qualification, right? So don't include all them. You can simply close this line by simply mentioning these 2 phrases only. Fine. Now let's move to step number 6. Now coming to the step number 6, your strengths. Dealing with this point strength, the most important tip to be considered over here is, you always have to be genuine and you always have to be sound very unique. Because strength is the point that is again related to your next step, hobbies. That is why I mentioned it is very important. Okay. So if you sound very common strength from all of the people, that will again affect your hobbies. So why strength is related to hobbies, that I'll be mentioning in the hobby step only. So don't mention common strengths, because hobbies wouldn't be common from all, right? It differs from person to person. So don't sound common. Again, why not more than 3? Because again it's a large content, right? That's not needed. Now, what are the top 3 considerations of your strengths? So mention those 3 only. Because simply mentioning your strengths is not over. By mentioning your strengths, you have to prove your interviewer that you are right fit for the job. That means you have to make clear for your interviewer that you are right fit for the job by mentioning your strengths only. Okay. Now, saying your strengths simply is not the job you're done. You have to give a clear example according to your strengths. Okay. So, you have to be exemplified by you as yourself as an example. That means your example is the point that defines your character here. Your strength is the point that defines your character. Okay, that is why it's important. Don't sound common. Now, dealing with the next step, hobbies. Now, the step 7, your hobbies. Dealing with the step, people, they simply convey their hobbies by mentioning, my hobbies are playing games, reading books, watching movies, cooking, etc. That's it. It sounds somewhat unprofessional, right? So to sound unique about your hobbies, you can use some phrases like
I love, I'm obsessed, I'm passionate about, I'm interested, I'm keen, I'm big fan of, I'm eager to, and so on.
so that is how you can use some phrases to clearly mention your hobbies in a unique way. As I already said, strength is the point that is again related to hobbies. So why they are related means strength and hobbies gives the same meaning. As I already said in strengths, there you have to make your interviewer very clear that you're right fit for the job. Right? So that is what the same here. You have to make clear, at the same time you have to be very clear about the words. That is what I said, you have to be genuine. Because by simply saying I love playing games, I'm interested in reading books, that doesn't convey a matter. It just remains as a statement. So when you make a statement, it's also a choice for you that you have to make your statement very clear by adding some measure of interestingness and trueness to your words. So, for example, if you say, I love watching movies. For this, to add some measure of interestingness and bit trueness to your words, you can use like,
I love watching movies based on some real-time stories like Jhansi Lakshmibai, Rudramadevi, Dangal, etc. Following these stories, they have motivated me to increase my strengths to be confident, concentrated, and taught me the spirit of girl power. So this is how I was motivated to be confident. That's the reason I have clearly stated my strengths as I'll be very clear and confident while I'm done with my works.
now stating your strength as, I'll be very clear and confident while I'm done with my works. This sounds a unique strength point, right? Why? Because when you will be very clear and when you will be very confident, you will be clear when you are done your work without committing any mistakes. So that shows your commitment. Commitment is also a strength, and you are confident about completing your work. That means you will be completing your work in time. So if you complete your work in time, that makes you confident. So this is your time management skills. That's your strength too. So all these strengths include that particular point. That makes a clear strength, a unique strength, right? So this is how you have to sound unique, and at the same time you have to sound hobby, making that strengthen to your strengths. Okay, so this is what related to each other. That is what I want to convey, how strength and hobby are related to each other. By this, it will add your measure of interestingness and trueness to your words, right? So now let's move to the next point. Now coming to the final step, achievements. Dealing with the step, as they were already included in your resume, also you need to include that in your self-introduction too. Why? Because achievements is the sound of your proudness and it's unique for all. It's not common for all, right? It's unique. That's the reason, again, you have to sound it. Now, to state your achievements, if you have a single achievement, you can use a phrase like, I have my biggest achievement, or my biggest achievement is. Fine? Or if you are having more than one achievements, then you can say, I'm proud of my few achievements, and then you can start saying your achievements. Right? So, these are the main 8 points that you have to be particularly included in your resume. Sorry, your self-introduction. So, adding to these 8 points, you can also add some lines of your own. But these are the 8 points that are particularly to be added. Fine? So, hope you guys are helpful with this video. Thank you. And if you like this video, please support me and subscribe to my channel.